I'm Brendan.
I'm Thomas.
And every 2 weeks we produce Hardstyle Gekkenhuis, the podcast for Dutch hardstyle fans. And in this extra episode we're going to dive into the career of our guest.
Yes.
So we're here with Adrenalize. Welcome.
Thank you.
What's playing in the background here?
This is the first Adrenalize release from 2011.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
2000. Well, it's the 2013 anthem of.
11. Yes.
It's 11.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ecstatic anthem.
But it says the 2013 anthem.
Yeah, it's an anthem, but it's from the parties from 2011.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
okay, crazy.
With Unified.
Yes.
But we were right that this was the first Adrenalize release.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so, yeah.
Drop is incoming. Drop is incoming right now.
Ecstatic.
Do you think it's awkward to listen to this?
I don't know. I mean, you have to keep in mind. I think I was 14 when I made this song, so it's for me. It's weird to listen back. Also, I haven't heard this song in a very long time, and
That's why we start with it.
yeah, thanks for that. No, it's okay, but yeah, it's not my proudest work.
No, I can imagine. What was Ecstatic?
Before
It was a DJ.
Ecstatic was an event in Denmark, Copenhagen, and I think this was the very first event they did. They had like Headhunters, Randy, Isaac, Unified, and then I did the anthem with Unified. I was not like on the lineup or playing because I was 14 and it's a bit weird. I'd never played a show before.
Yeah.
But how did they find you?
That was through Unified, or he found me kind of. This was like in the very early days of X-Bone and Scantraxx and everything.
Yeah.
And one of the guys who organized the event, he was a good friend of the former label manager of Scantraxx. So they were already in contact, and so he knew about me, and kind of started.
And you were already producing a lot of hardstyle then?
I was. I also produced with my brother and by myself also under different aliases and but it never anything that came out officially, but it was just on YouTube and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Can you?
Let's. We'll talk about that later. Let's start at the beginning, because where did your love for hardstyle or harder music begin?
I can't remember exactly like what year, but I think I probably was maybe 11 or something like that. And I think the very, very first time I heard hardstyle was playing Counter-Strike. And in Counter-Strike you have like a voice chat where you hold a button and then you can say something or whatever. And somebody was voice chatting the Showtech Colors of the Hardstyles.
Oh yeah.
The anthem.
Yeah, and I don't know, something just happened when I heard that. I was like, holy shit. And then also
through this crappy microphone back in the day, of course.
It sounded like trash, but still very good, apparently, for me to fall in love. But also my cousin, he also showed me Sensation Black and Deepak, The Prophecy. Also was also just, wow.
You were hooked.
I was hooked instantly. And I was already listening to like hands up stuff. I don't know if you know Tune Up.
From?
No, that's the artist. I think they're Tune Up. It's like very like German hands up kind of melodic. Very like
more like trancey.
Yeah, very sugar sweet. Yeah. But and then I heard those songs and it was just hardstyle since then.
Okay. What's the hardstyle scene like in Denmark?
What was it like? Even?
Yeah, I mean it's not that active. Let me say it like that way. I mean there are still some promoters and people who really try their best to keep it alive.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think maybe there's like 1 or 2 or 3 events a year. Nothing major. There was a festival earlier this year called Illusion Festival. I also played there. Really big lineup, 2-day festival. Pretty big success, I think. And I also played at this huge festival last year called Tinderbox, where they have big EDM names like Afrojack and Alesso and whatever.
Cool.
And Showtech as well. I played with Showtech back to back.
Oh, that's a really cool thing, right?
Yes, and then after that I played like half an hour solo set.
Especially when you're telling us that your first song that you heard was Showtech.
Yeah.
Exactly. It was a full circle moment. It was really, I was standing there like having like a bit of a realization moment. Like I'm standing right here with Showtech playing together. We're playing our collab, and these are the guys that, they're probably the reason that I'm standing here, you know?
Yeah. Do they know that?
Yeah,
Okay,
they know.
yeah.
They know. I'm pretty sure I told them. Yeah, I did. I told them, yeah.
Otherwise, send them this podcast.
Yeah.
So, did you always want to be a DJ then, since you've heard this music, or?
Not really, actually. I think all of that happened just kind of like randomly, because I remember like me and my brother, that's how we first got in contact with producing music. I saw this video online of some guy producing hardstyle in FL Studio, like one of the earliest version of YouTube of FL Studio, and
D-stylers, stuff like that.
Yeah, it was really like, also I know that video is iconic.
Yeah.
I saw that video and I was like, oh, this is very interesting. And then me and my brother, we like both like somehow got to program a demo or like a illegal version. I don't know. Sorry.
We know the stories.
Yeah, but and then we just kind of just tried, and it sounded like ass for a long time. You know, it's how it starts. And then we kind of made it a thing that every time we came home from school, we would both like go into our like rooms, and then whoever could make like the nicest thing. It was like a bit of a like healthy competition.
Yeah.
And what kind of things were you making back then?
I don't know.
But was it house? Was it hardstyle?
No, it was an attempt to be a hardstyle.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it's a genre, but it sounded like full amateur, but
like a hard kick, and then
I don't know what it was.
But was it ever the idea to be a duo or something in hardstyle?
No, we never like planned anything or like talked about it. It was just for fun, just like a thing we did, and then playing some Counter-Strike, and you know, and but then it just like we kept going, and then I think I like continued more and more, and he was maybe losing a little bit of interest also, because like hardstyle developed and changed a bit. Maybe he was not as big of a fan anymore as I was, and then I continued, and I got better and better, and then I just one day I think I uploaded some stuff on YouTube, and that's when
is that still on YouTube?
No.
Yeah, I think there's this one video.
Oh.
Well, not the video that got me like picked up by Arcane. They used to be the twin or the triple duo thing from Scantraxx, the twins.
Yeah.
Because they saw this video and they contacted me, and they were like, "Hey man, we fucking love this," and we send it to Scantraxx.
Yeah.
So because we think you should have a chance.
Yeah, and that's how you end up at X-Bone Records, releasing your first tracks.
Yeah.
But before that was also Adrenalize on X-Bone. But before that, I found Bass Masters.
No. Yes.
Is that the thing on YouTube? Or?
No. That's how did you find that? Shit. I was hoping you wouldn't. But no, that was the. Oh, there's actually an even worse alias, but there's nothing online for that, I think.
Okay. No, I couldn't find anything.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That was unfortunately Bass Masters. That was me and my brother.
Okay, as a duo or something, or together. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was just for fun, uploading on YouTube, and then I think there is one or two songs that I released myself. Maybe that's what you probably found on some label. And after that, I had another alias, and that alias was right before Adrenalize.
And what was that alias?
Heatwave.
Heatwave. Oh, really?
Oh, that name rings a bell.
Yeah,
it does.
For me also.
Don't I have a? Maybe I. Oh.
Yeah, because that was the video I uploaded, because I was supposed to release like an album for free under Heatwave, and
was it also with the Lion King track or not?
No.
Heat Waves I have.
No.
Okay.
That's someone else.
But it rings a bell, yeah. Okay, and then Adrenalize?
Yeah, because I posted this like YouTube video with like a bunch of previews for this album I was going to release under Heatwave, and that's what Arcane saw. And wanted to show Scantraxx. And then after that, I can't remember if it was because I didn't like the name or Scantraxx didn't like the name, or because it was already used. Or
I think in that time, Scantraxx really liked to change names of new artists, like with Frontliner, Abject, Frontliner, Headhunters. Wildstyles had to change his name, so maybe like a fresh start at Scantraxx.
Yeah, and also having a Z in your name was very cool.
Yeah.
So,
and how did you come up with Adrenalize? Or
there's no cool story. I think it was just a bunch of words and that I was writing down with a friend, and adrenaline was a word, and then Adrenalize said, haha, hardstyle. Let's go, baby.
Yeah. And then
counterclockwise the N and then make it the Z.
Yeah. And then you ended up releasing tracks at the age of 14, 15 at X-Bone and Scantraxx Silver. I think you were also the youngest artist at that time ever signed to a hardstyle label.
Possibly.
Is that right? Oh yeah. Okay.
Maybe I think Devin Wild was also, because before he was Devin Wild, he was X System. And I don't remember if
that was after 2012, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, he was also very young.
Yeah.
I think he was also 14 or 15. But yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
So I think I was 14 or 15 when I signed Scantraxx.
Bizarre.
Yeah,
crazy.
I know.
Let's listen to one of the 2 tracks on your first Scantraxx EP.
Oh God.
If we followed that call,
It's Adrenalize, Voices of Passion, 2012.
when it asks us to give up everything for love.
This one I'm more okay with. I'm more okay with this one.
When we're recording this, you just played at Vroeger was alles beter.
Yes.
Did you play this one?
I did not.
I
only had 30 minutes. It's hard to...
That's true.
Voice.
You don't like to listen to your old tracks?
Yeah, like I said, it's all right, but it still brings back a lot of memories, because I remember making this in the bedroom where I used to live, like in my parents' house, and this was also the first song that Headhunters picked up and played in hardwood style.
Yeah.
So that's also like how everything started, and I still remember making this song and sending it to the podcast, like without any expectation. I just thought, fuck it, let's just try, see what happens. And then one day I came home from school and I checked hardwood style like I always did, and then I saw my song in the track list. I was like freaking out. And
That's
then,
so strange that he didn't tell you.
No.
And you came home from school and checked out the new hardwood style, and then you were included.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Do we have to explain what hardwood style is for the people at home, or
a good one?
Yeah.
Because you said it's a podcast. Well, it was kind of a podcast, but
but back then podcast was maybe a different concept.
Yeah.
Music podcast.
Yeah. So
every
Headhunters-
month he posted a set of, I think, 20 songs,
Yeah.
and then
which
he-
were hot in hardstyle.
Yeah, and he and also newer tracks,
Yeah.
because
Usually he always had some exclusive songs.
Yeah.
And he was like talking over the episode.
Yes, exactly, and explaining and kind of
Yes.
what he feels about the track, and then basically doing the whole. We're just doing a little part of the track, but he was playing the whole track. He did it.
It was a set with live
With the
commentary.
voiceover,
Yeah,
yes,
with
exactly.
voiceover. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
big deal.
It was a really big deal back in the
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you always had the sets coming online from the live shows, but then he did something that was not live and did like a live set.
Yeah, and
sort of thing.
everybody was always like looking forward to it and being really excited.
Yeah.
And,
And scouting the new tracks.
yeah.
Yeah. Because 2012 was also the year of your performance at Hardwood Style, the event at the Ziggo Dome.
Yeah, that's how big it kind of got.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it just
It was the first party or first hardstyle party in the Ziggo Dome?
first hardstyle party. What I remember in the Ziggo Dome, yes, the Ziggo Dome was just done being built.
Yeah, it was
and
brand
then-
new then.
Yeah, brand new, and then the first hardstyle party.
Yeah. Was this your first gig also?
Well, yes. I mean, I think maybe 3 months before that or 2 months before that, I played at some tiny like club thing in Denmark for 20 people. But that was only because like to kind of try and practice.
Yeah.
Because I had to play in the Ziggo Dome. So
It's crazy to think
Yeah,
about.
to think that a 15-year-old Dane, who I think still was in school,
yes,
then
yes.
played the newest and biggest event location in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On your birthday, right?
yeah,
You became 16 that night.
Yes. I played from 11 to 12, right before Headhunters, and then at 12 o'clock it was like everybody singing Happy Birthday in the Ziggo Dome.
Yeah.
And, it was. To be honest with you guys, like I don't remember much from that day or night because I was fucking nervous.
Yeah.
I think I went to the toilet maybe like 10 times or something that day. But also just now when I think back of it, how crazy it actually is. Like, But I'm really, really thankful and grateful for it because, it kickstarted my career like in probably the craziest way you can imagine.
Yeah.
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 And also for us, because it was really a unique thing that someone so young was playing his own tracks for us, of course.
Yeah.
I was there. I don't know if you were you there?
I'm the same age as
Malthe,
Malthe, so
you weren't there.
Okay. So you were not allowed.
no.
I wasn't either. That's why I played before 12. So.
that really
that
was
was
a
a
thing.
real thing, right?
Yeah,
You
but
had to.
that's. I think also like there was two rules. I think it's a Dutch law. Like if you're under 18 or 16, you can't work after midnight.
Yeah.
And also I had to have my parent or one parent with me. So my parents were also there with me. But yeah, crazy. And also I think because, like nowadays it's still impressive if a 15-year-old can make sick tracks or really like skilled productive productions. But in 2012 it was maybe different, like you didn't have the access to samples and tutorials and
you had to do it yourself.
A few tutorials, but not as big as tutorials that you have now.
No, everything's more accessible now, but there's like good and bad things about back then and now, and also because back then there was probably no one else like really young doing it. That's also why it was so unique,
Special.
Yeah.
So I guess my timing was also very lucky.
Yeah, and I think you worked hard and you had something like you did a lot in the studio and you deserved at that age.
Yeah, but I think, when I think back, I didn't see it as like, oh, fuck, I worked hard for this because I just did like, I came home from school, made music and I really, really loved it. I had so much fun and, like sometimes I would skip seeing friends or like doing stuff in the weekends because then I would just rather have a Friday evening in the studio. That's how I loved spending my time. I mean, I was not like a loner. I was also being social, but
But is that necessary to, like being a good producer that you sometimes say to your friends, I have to go to produce or?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, there's always sacrifices when you want to like get somewhere. Like you have to say no to things that maybe you're gonna feel like sad about missing out on. But I think in the end, the most important thing was that I really had fun with it. Because that's how you learn the best, or like it sounds so cliche, but a lot of the best music is being like from producers are being made with when they're in like their best mood or like feeling happy or really inspired or like when they're really into it, then that's when you get the best results. I think with anything creative, of course, people who are like really in a dark or sad, depressing times, they can also make something beautiful, but it's a bit different.
At that stage of your career, you already collaborated with Future Noise, Omega Types, Wasted Penguinz, Atmozfears. How did that go?
Fine. I think.
But why these guys wanted to collaborate with you, or how did you contact them? Or
I think especially with like Atmozfears and Omega Types, we were like friends from the beginning. Like always, we were like talking a lot on Skype all the time and just like sharing new ideas with each other all the time. And
but did you meet at a party at some point or?
Well, the first time I met them in person was at the Ziggo Dome.
Okay.
And then I think after that there was some other parties or festival. Atmozfears. I went to his place a couple of times. I think the year after that, and stayed, and we made some other music, like we did Possession and She Goes and Omega Types, and we also I visited him in Germany, and we also made some music there, and we just had contact every day, and it was just like this little fun group of me, Arcane, Omega Types, Atmozfears. I hope I'm not forgetting someone right now. And Wasted Penguinz, there was a little bit different story because we also just talked online, and I was a big fan of their music back then as well. And because they're from Sweden, I'm from Denmark. I think one time we planned an appointment. So my parents, they drove me to Sweden, to the border. I took
to the bridge.
Took a boat to the other side, and then I think we still talk about it sometimes with me and my parents, that they were because I was 16. I was 16 then, and then my parents, they just drive me there to Sweden. And then there's these two Swedish guys. They just standing there in a car, just and then here, take our 16-year-old son.
Yes.
See you later. Have a nice weekend. And they're just hi, see ya.
It sounds a bit like the story of Prime Shock, of Thijs from Prime Shock, who
I wasn't there.
in the podcast he told me that he wanted to be a DJ, and he contacted MC The Syndrome, and then his parents drove to MC The Syndrome have a good night, and he slept at MC The Syndrome's home without knowing him in person or something.
Yeah. I think it's it's fair enough of parents to be a bit okay, that's fair enough, but it all went fine, and we had a good time, and we made 2 songs that weekend, and
Cool. In 2013, you performed at DEF CON 1 for the first time.
Yes.
And you got to play on the UV stage.
Mm-hmm. When it was in a tent.
It was in a tent?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that first time? Also nervous, or?
I was nervous, I think, but also very excited. And playing at DEF CON is one of the biggest things you can do.
Yeah. And you skipped the purple.
Yeah, that's also crazy. Yeah. But no, it was a really amazing set, and I think I remember there's this one video, I think it's still on my Facebook somewhere, where I played Crips's Breakdown Low, and I think there was did we do a sit down? No, I don't know. But I think even the set is also on the internet, the full set, and I can still remember parts of it, when I see some pictures. And that was the time when I took a plane to go there and got picked up and had stayed in a hotel, and it was super cool. I didn't think I got to see that much of the the full festival because we had to leave the same day, me and my manager at that time.
Okay, why?
Yeah, because we had to fly
back.
Fly back the next day or something. And I don't know.
No, if I can find something online, I will just edit in now.
Yeah, do that.
You even got to make a remix for Headhunters.
Yes.
Maybe we can play it.
Under your skin, every moment, every hour, every minute getting louder. When the rhythm has to come.
Was that your request? Was it his request?
Did you just do it?
No, I think we talked about it. I think I asked to do a remix, and he suggested this one.
Did you play this one at Vroeger Beter?
I did.
Okay.
I will dance to them. I will dance to them. Louder.
Louder.
Really cool remix.
Yeah.
But this was just a mid-intro, of course. But let's skip a little bit to the melody.
Feel the rhythm from within. Feel it under your skin. Every moment, every hour, every
still like this one.
Yeah.
I think I played in probably every classic set that I do. And also, because I remember also some things about this one, like when I made it, there was like a different version of the melody or something. And I was in Sweden for a show with Headhunters. I was like a support act, and we were in this hotel room, like I think like somewhere during the day, just like talking. And I showed him the remix, and he was like having a bunch of ideas and like, maybe you should change this and this and that. And then I think like straight next day I changed that, and then he loved it instantly. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I'm proud of this remix. I think it still works.
Yeah.
It's really, I don't think a lot of DJs have a remix of an official remix of a Headhunters track.
No.
So
No,
that's a
probably
special
not.
thing.
Yeah, and also, I also think it's nice to mention also because, the melody is not really that close to the original. And this is something that I don't know why I've always had that. And with remixing other songs, that it's really, really important for me that I don't just copy paste the melody.
In a new sound or
because then for me that's just like then you're just doing a remake or edit.
Yeah.
And I guess for some songs, like you maybe have to it if the melody is too iconic to change.
Yeah.
But for me, then I'd rather not remix it.
Yeah. For example, the Stars remix for Future Noise and B-Front, that's also a really, really cool one with a totally other melody.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's it's just I really like doing that because then otherwise I don't really see the point in remixing.
Yeah. Do you still speak with Willem sometimes?
Not so much, no. I mean, if I see him sometimes backstage, we'll talk a bit, but he's not that active in the scene these days. So yeah, he's not around as much anymore.
No, can imagine. I was wondering, when did you move to the Netherlands? Is it at this time or later? 2014, 2015?
I think it was in 2015 or 16. No. I think maybe I just turned 18 or I was 18. And there was also...
what was the main reason that you moved to the Netherlands? Easy question, maybe, but...
Yeah, I mean, the main reason was a mix of career and ex-girlfriend at that time.
Yeah.
Then it made sense. And then I also like... I could go to all the events easier, and like I had a lot of like friends and colleagues, and so I mean that's the.
Did it even open up more for you that you were closer?
I would say so. I think if I hadn't done it, I think my career would be very different than it is right now, because it's really good to be part of the scene here and like show your face a lot, even if I wasn't playing at some festivals or parties, I still tried to visit and
so networking is really important.
Yeah, I would say so. It's good, always good to show your face and talk to people, be social, and that's what I tried to do. And also met new people, new friends, and then
Was it hard to leave your family and friends over there?
Yeah, very, very. It was, and I think still to this day, it's still. I mean, of course, I'm way more used to it now, but there's still a lot of times when I really like there's things going on back home that I see, or like birthday parties or all these kind of things, family things, where I'm like, shit, like I'm on a plane. So of course I don't want to complain because it's also fucking cool what I do, but there's a lot of things I have to miss out on, and it's always like that. But it's they're super supportive, my family and my friends, and they always have been since the beginning. They just wanted what was best for me, and because they could see that this can go somewhere, so they just want to support and help.
Did you have a like culture shock or something? Was there something really different here than your life in Denmark?
Well, I mean, there's the food is one thing that is.
Do you like the Dutch food?
Still to this day, I'm really sorry, but I don't. There are a couple of restaurants and places that I really like here, and I have to say that Netherlands has gotten a lot better over the years.
Okay, well, thank you.
No, it's maybe it's also, I don't know if it's Tilburg or
maybe it's you like being here for longer, so
and maybe you find the spots that
there are some really fantastic spots that we go to a lot, and
But basically at home you just eat Danish.
No. I mean, I cook almost myself every day because I love cooking. It's like therapeutic for me.
Yeah.
But I think it's there's something about. I can go really into details about this if you want, quickly. I think it's especially in the meat section that's lacking in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
I often go to butchers, but not Dutch butchers. So there's like if there's a Polish butcher or something.
Yeah.
Their meat is just better, like especially the gehakt or something like that.
Yeah. Then the Albert Heijn or...
Yeah, because if you go to Albert Heijn, you only get one choice of either Albert Heijn beef, like normal, or biologisch.
Oh, yeah.
And for example, in Denmark, you have like 5 different brands of beef from different farms or whatever, or like chicken. And
Okay.
This is very good for a hardstyle topic.
yeah. Okay, what's your favorite Dutch food? Do you have something you've discovered, like bitterballen, frikandellen?
I'm not like the biggest fan of those, but if I had to pick one of those, then bitterballen, I don't mind at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you speak Dutch? Because you live here now for more than 10 years.
Yes. Don't ask me to speak Dutch now. No, but I would say I understand 90% of everything. The talking part is maybe 40%, and
when you have a beer, 50% maybe.
5 beers, 90%.
Okay. Let's keep going. Talk about the music because you've kept throwing hits at us with in that time with the Wish outdoor anthem remixes of Gold Skies and Gold Dust.
Oh yes. Oh shit. I forgot about those.
But here's an underrated and perhaps even forgotten track, in my opinion.
Oh no.
And I really like this one. I like the melody, I like the vibe.
Yeah.
Adrenalize and Festuca. Check this out.
Yeah.
Also would go very well, I think, in a classic set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to be honest. I think I've never played it in a classic
really?
set. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I'll maybe try it next time.
I think it's the drive, like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, and also the melody, the
For me, it's too like.
it's really happy.
Yeah, it
but
is.
The head on this remix is also pretty happy.
Yes.
Kind of the same vibe.
Yeah, maybe a
Pun
little
intended.
bit.
You like it more melancholic.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But again, this is also made very long ago. My taste is different now than
11 years ago.
Yeah. But it's maybe I should try playing it next time.
Okay. How did this track come about, or?
I think there is a old version of it. Like I made that melody at first. It might have sounded quite different, and then Festuca Jesse, he got like all the parts from me, and then I think basically
He finished it or something.
basically what you hear is that's like all the touches he did on it. So shout out to Festuca
Jesse Jax.
Jesse Dax.
And when it comes to 2015, there's only one track that really put you on the map.
Oh yes.
I think you play it every set.
Yeah, still to this day. In my normal sets too, yeah.
And did you immediately feel like you'd still be playing this track the next 10 years when you made this?
I don't know. I felt it had something special.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
You already made it because this is, of course, Adrenalize All the Memories.
Yep.
And then the video clip is with you already with a lot of good memories in the video clip.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that kind of makes it more special, I guess.
Yes.
And you can feel it.
Is this the first Adrena clap track? Like with the clap?
You just did it as well.
Yeah, with the clap before the drop.
Possibly. I think I was doing it already then. But
Then we have to scan through all the tracks. But
I've been doing that for such a long time. I don't know.
Yeah.
But also, I think funny to mention with this one is that I think this was the first track ever where I had the idea of combining like a voice with a synth.
like chopping the voice in parts and using that as
because
synth,
that was later what turned into Get Up. That was like the idea I had for such a long time that I wanted to have like a voice as like the main synth, and this is kind of it because it's like in the background. But now it's different. But yeah, that was my first attempt on trying that because I had that idea for a long time. And,
there's not really a voice in it. Like there's no vocals in it. But
it's just the chop like
yeah.
In that time,
which is already cool because lots of tracks always just have a vocal in it because like the older tracks of yours with the voice and stuff like that. But this track just has nothing like that at all.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I think it's same with also like Electronic Symphony with B-Front. It also has those like small vocal chop things. But it's just a thing that I've always had a thing for.
And then kind of what I mean with that this track has this kind of all the memories feeling that it has actually for a lot of people. I think this track brings a lot of good memories with it as well.
Yes.
And then not with like a storytelling with vocals, but just storytelling with sound.
Yes.
And this is really well done in this track, and I think that's why this one still works as good as it back in the day.
Yeah, and I also just think the melody is very easy to sing along to. It's very I don't know, predictable, but
but you still play it because we still love it. So
great reactions, and also I'm still super proud of that song.
Yeah, I can imagine the bar set high when you have been promoted by headhunters and wild styles at that time. Did you feel any pressure at this moment? Or
I think the pressure really hit. I think it was that year or the year after when I was like, okay, what now? What's next?
Yeah.
And because I had this crazy start and everything just skyrocketed, and how do I keep this up? Like, can I just be fine with making one good song a year, or what do I do? Because I've never been like a big business guy. I'm more all about the creative stuff.
Yeah.
Then I think I had a 1 year where I really struggled what to do, also like sound wise. I think that was 2016, I believe. And then I think 2017, that's when I did Wherever the Light Ends.
Yeah.
That's when it kind of got back.
Found the way to go.
Yeah.
Because did you also feel like you had to shake off the stigma of young talent to like major DJ or something?
Yeah. I mean, of course, I was also very young still back then, so it made sense that people called me the young guy or the talent or whatever for a long time.
Yeah.
But I also at one point I was like, okay, I don't see myself as the talent anymore because now I've already played many shows. I've been around for some years. I've released some good songs, and a lot of people have heard about me. So maybe it's time. Like I'm not that guy anymore.
No.
But I think still to this day there's still people that see me that way. But
But you're still young compared to other DJs. But
Did you
can imagine that
just
it's difficult.
Did you just call me old?
Yeah. I always do. Because Malthe, this was also the moment when things really started off also internationally, because it was the first year you played EDC Las Vegas and that kind of shows.
yes,
How does that feel, and how do you like
Crazy.
yeah, for
flying around the world for
I
these
think
kind of events?
I still remember the very, very first time I played in the US was a show in LA together with D-Block and Estefan and Isaac,
Cool.
Darksiders, and I was closing the party.
Huh?
Yeah. It was so strange, but so cool. Like, I think I remember,
Yeah.
there's a video also somewhere, maybe you can also find it. I think it's on my Facebook, where I'm like playing Bolivia from Guns for Hire as like the ending song. And we're like standing up in the booth, and there's like 4,000 people, and it was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And because also like playing in the US is really difficult as an artist because you need to go through all this process of
visa things.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass. And I still don't know. Back then, I think, it was just so surreal. And I remember, I think I was with my old manager / tour manager back then on this trip to LA. And this was also my first time ever seeing the United States and LA and everything. So everything was like, wow.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget it. It was so cool. And I think I also had like one of those moments where I was like standing on a balcony somewhere and just looking at like the LA sunset. And I think we were like about to get ready to leave for the show. I was like, wow. And
you're living the dream.
Yeah, that was surreal. And then I think the year after that, I played at EDC Vegas the first time. Also, I also never forget that.
Yeah.
So
do you like traveling the world, or do you prefer playing in the Netherlands?
No, I do enjoy traveling the world, especially when it's these type of shows like EDC or and also especially if I'm like if I'm with friends, family, or like other DJs, and it becomes extra fun instead of like, because I've also done travels like completely alone, like going to Asia or something all by myself, and of course it ended up being nice, but it's a little bit like, okay, you come here and maybe to some country where not everybody speaks English, and that also happened, and then communicating is a little difficult, and I'm just there by myself, but it all turned out fine, of course, and did my shows and went great. But yeah, I do really enjoy it. I still do, and I think I will for a long time, because I mean traveling is boring as hell, but I still I like seeing new places and playing around the world. It's super cool.
Okay, you've collaborated with a lot of people, often with great results, like the Dream Village anthem with Energized, Shabaka with Sigdels. And in our community, the Harde Kern, people also asked about certain tracks and whether they'd ever be released or not.
Yeah.
One with Audio Tricks from 2015.
Oh yeah, that one. That one we played at EDC Vegas.
Yeah.
Actually, I can say that I think a couple of months ago I was talking with Leon and Kenneth, Audio Tricks.
Yeah.
We're talking about this song, and we actually like dug up the old files.
Oh really?
And like the acapella and everything, because we wanted to like make a new version of it.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So we actually, it might come. We still like have to like work it out and like get a version that we're all happy with. But yeah, it's funny that someone's asking about it, because we actually started to work on it again.
Wicked. Yeah, that's
10
nice.
years after. Yeah,
that's good news. Yeah.
And the one with Festuca from 2016.
Oh yeah.
Another one then we just played.
You just gave him a shout out, so now you gotta. But maybe not with Festuca, but do the Jesse Jacks one.
Yeah, but
Updated.
he actually asked me about it a couple of times since then. I think he asked me last year, like, should we do something? And I was like, nah, I don't know, because I feel like back then I liked the song, but sorry. But nowadays, I don't know. It's not really suiting my sound right now.
But a new song with Jesse Jacks or something?
That could happen.
Yeah?
That could happen.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good friends, and I like what he's doing. He's very into the classic sound, and I love classic sound as well. So
cool. Also a hidden gem, according us, is this one with Wasted Penguinz. Scandinavia 2017. I remember hearing this at the Defcon Red, I think, on a Sunday. Did you play together there, or maybe only with Penguinz?
We did play together, but that was in 2018 on Sunday at the Red.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we played it there for sure.
Why were you laughing at the drop?
No, you looked at me like I had to do the
I was like
the clap. Was this your tribute to Scandinavia?
I guess I don't know. I think we were just in the studio, in their studio, looking for a track title.
Yeah.
And
Because it was an instrumental track.
yes, and this is what we came up with, Scandinavia.
Yeah,
but
because
I also know because I'm like really good friends with John and Pontus from Wasted Penguinz. John is not part of Wasted Penguinz anymore, but because I also we used to live together. I moved into the apartment in 2017. I think that's around the time we started Scandinavia.
in the Netherlands then.
Yeah,
okay.
in the same building that I live in now, they had an apartment 1 floor up. And
Oh, really?
yeah.
Oh, that's
so
fun.
when they moved out, I got an apartment 1 floor below. It's very easy to move, but yeah. So we were hanging out every day and doing a lot of music and just fun stuff together. And I have also a lot of good memories being with them. It was like really beautiful time, and I think we also that's the time I finished. I'm assuming you're gonna get up at some point.
Well,
but,
that's a nice bridge.
yeah.
Smooth. But it was a good time for you, right? With Wherever the Light Ends, the Heart Like Mine with Code Black and the Tweakers.
Yeah.
You played at hard bass.
True.
If you're just listening, put on your video, please.
This is the second drop, so...
What a nice detail it is there. Jesus Christ.
Tell us, because just before the podcast, you asked, is Get Up in there, and are we going to talk about it? Because I have something to tell.
Yeah, because, I think, Get Up, I think is one of the songs I maybe took the longest time for me to finish. I think I made it in 2017 in my previous studio. So before I moved in with Wasted Penguinz, I had another studio and the place I lived before that in Voorburg.
Oh,
Voorburg.
that's near.
That's quite near.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a studio there, and that's when I made the first version, the melody. And I still remember like so clearly, like when I made the melody, that I think it was like in 2017 April or May or something, and I was like about to leave the studio, and I had these like the chords laid down for Get Up. I was like, okay, maybe should I just go home? I'm hungry. I want to go home and eat. And then I just again had that idea with the vocal thing, and then I just tried it with this like sample, and I think it took me like 5 minutes, and that's the melody of Get Up.
Huh?
Yeah, it was like just done like that, and I think I was doing a Headhunter, so I was like standing up like whoa in the studio, because I just instantly like knew, okay, this is something.
Yeah.
And I think I also, if I remember right, maybe I called a friend or someone like, fuck, you have to hear this. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, now it is your signature sound, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You do this a lot.
Since then, that's it's been my favorite thing to do with melodies. But yeah, then after that, I, because that was in 2017 and the song got released like in 2018. So it took me a year to like finish it because I lost the project file.
Oh, shit.
So I had to remake a lot of things. Actually, the same thing happened with All the Memories.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I think those two are your biggest hits.
Yeah, so maybe I just need to delete my project files.
Start over.
Yeah, maybe that's better.
And this is with ADN, or ADN Lewis, I think.
ADN Lewis, yes.
Amazing voice. Who is this? Because it looks like you're the only one working with this guy.
Yeah, he's American singer. Him and this guy called Curtis, ADN, he's the singer, and Curtis is the writer for ADN Lewis. They work together.
Oh, as ADN Lewis.
Yes.
So this song is as ADN, and later.
Yeah, he just changed his name, but because I had the instrumental for Get Up, and I think I sent it to Scantraxx, and I was like, I would love a vocal on this, and can you help me out? And I think they had a network of vocalists, as you know, labels do, Dirty Workz, Scantraxx, they all have a network of people.
Yep.
And then I got this this demo back from Adrian Lewis, and I think that was probably the only demo I got, and
Okay.
yeah, I loved it, and I decided to keep it. I think there was maybe some parts that he re-recorded. There were some things that I wanted him to change, but otherwise, it stayed pretty much the same.
Are you a detail guy, a picky guy on it has to be perfect?
Yes and no. I would say some things I am, but also some things I'm like, yeah, if it sounds good, it sounds good.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Okay.
I'm not that nerdy where like sit and analyze on a spectrum analyzer with everything, like, you know, like some artists do, but
The basic things that
yeah, you know,
the lows not colliding with each other and stuff
I mean,
like that.
I used to back in the days. Maybe I was more careful on that, but nowadays I'm like, who cares? You know, most people that are listening anyway are listening on their laptop or in their AirPods
Phone
or whatever. You know, maybe it sounds really stupid to say, but of course I care a lot about the details, and I make sure it sounds good, because otherwise I don't want to put it out. So it doesn't sound like shit.
No.
That's not what I mean, but I don't care as much as maybe some others would do.
Yeah.
I think that the only
asking vocalists to re-record 20, 25 times.
yes,
and
if there's like a tiny breathing sound that is like, you can always try to remove that or do something else. But
Yeah.
I think the only thing I'm extremely picky about is melodies, and that will always be my biggest struggle or challenge, because it's really hard to be happy with the melody in my head.
But the melodies, or at least your melodies, are also the biggest win in your track.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
that's your blessing and your curse.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
It really is. I think it always has been, or maybe not when I was 14 years old. But
That was also
At the start of this podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
fuck.
also a different time back then.
yeah, it was.
Another great track with a great melody, which might deserve a little more love, in my opinion, is this one with Atmozfears.
I just want it. I just want it.
Because I think, it got picked up, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
Never really did a lot of damage.
and it was maybe also the time, 2018, that, now a bit falls between like the classics and the nowadays sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want it. I just want it to feel good. I just
It's funny with this melody, because I remember talking to Tim about it because I made that melody back then, and I remember telling Tim that if you kind of think about it, the melody sounds like a couple arguing. You're like da 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 da. And
Never heard it like that, but
no,
now
but if you listen to it, it sounds like someone arguing. You know, like a man
it's
and
like
a
the
woman.
question answer melody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
What does Atmozfears mean for your career?
Nothing.
You
No.
don't want to tell this on
What do you
camera.
mean for his career?
Yeah, exactly. What I didn't do for this guy. No, I mean Tim Atmozfears. He's been there since the beginning of my journey, I would say, and he's a really close friend. And yeah, I love him. He's a great guy. He's weird in his own way, and he knows it. But he's such a talented artist, and he's always ready to help if I ever have a issue with a certain sound or something. He's always there, like, to help or give me advice on those things. So
Or he makes a plugin that you will
yeah
get
yeah.
through it. What do you think is Atmozfears' best track, or your favorite Atmozfears track?
I think it's between Release or Lose It All.
Okay. We
Or
always
the Climax Anthem, maybe.
climb Equilibrium.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah, good one.
When we're like half in this podcast, we also have some short questions. So we're going to the short questions round. Malthe,
Yes.
answer quick.
Okay.
What is the best hardstyle track ever?
Fuck.
One should have been popped up in your head right now.
I thought World of Madness.
Okay.
Okay.
What is your best track?
All the Memories.
Your best collab.
Electronic Symphony.
Your dream collab?
Hardstyle?
Can be both.
Not Hardstyle. The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Hardstyle. Deep Block and Estefan.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
A performance that you will never forget.
My first EDC Mexico.
Why?
Because Mexico is insane.
Yeah.
And the crowd was that was the first time I ever tried a crowd like that.
Okay. Yeah. What do you like in private? What do you do besides DJing and producing? Cooking, we heard.
Do I have to answer quick on this? Or?
Yeah.
No.
What I'm like in private. I like cooking. Go to the gym sometimes. I like playing World of Warcraft.
I was just about to ask, are you still playing Counter-Strike, but you're playing World of Warcraft? And then that's the only thing you play.
Yeah, but I haven't played that in a while.
Oh.
But I played that like too much while I was making my Vibes album.
Okay, then DPS, tank or healer?
Tank.
Okay.
I have no idea what
warrior tank.
Warrior tank. Of course.
What's your favorite vacation destination?
Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Wow,
Is that a
okay.
holiday?
That's
Yeah,
home.
okay. I don't know. Sydney or
What's your next vacation? If you already have to.
I'm going to Croatia on
Oh,
holiday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What's on your rider?
White wine.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I just got it updated recently. Because I like white wine.
What kind of white wine?
Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
What else? Nothing special. I'm not that crazy.
Some beers.
Some beers,
water.
some vodka, some water, some soda, snacks,
Okay.
towels.
Okay.
Last question.
Yeah, last question.
You can do this one now.
Suppose you got to host your own exclusive event at AVAS Live
Yeah.
with unlimited budget.
Okay.
Who would you have to come?
Everything
Who would
is-
you have come to play at your event?
Everything is possible.
Are
And you can't forget someone.
we talking hardstyle again, or?
It's your party.
It's your exclusive.
Ah, man,
Yeah.
it would be dope to have like Coldplay, like Chris Martin singing like covers of hardstyle songs, or The Weeknd again.
Okay.
I would want Headhunters, Atmozfears, Cold Black.
Don't forget someone.
Oh shit. MC Villain, MC The Syndrome, MC TL. All of the MCs. Sorry. I don't know, man. All of my friends.
Who can open the evening? Is there a talent you want to support?
Atmozfears.
Upcoming talent.
I don't know. Yeah, because the opening spot is it's the opening spot. So
Yeah.
yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Not really, but
No. It's a difficult question. There's so many I would like to bring, and I also would like B-Front, because I'm also thinking about who would like really bring the party and make the vibe going. The Tweakers would be fun.
Who would close down the night? Is there like a more harder or raw or hardcore or act?
Then I'd think I'd say maybe Minus Militia.
Oh,
I really used to like their stuff.
interesting.
Yeah, interesting
I
choice.
was at Hardbase when they played the first time, and I was like about to go home because I was dead.
yeah. But because they played at 6:30 in the morning.
Yes, and I was still there. Don't know how. And then I saw that I was in the crowd. I think with Atmozfears and Jesse Jacks, and I was like, holy shit, this sounds insane.
Yeah.
Like some of these kicks, I was like, I became a bit of like a Raw fan maybe that night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good choice. Thanks.
Well,
Then let's go on. We've talked about some years in your career now. I think we're in 2019, 2020, and then you suddenly started collaborating a lot with Bfront.
Yes.
How did you two find each other, or how did that start?
To be honest, I don't remember exactly like how it started. I think we were just we saw each other often at events and talked more and more, and we just had a good chemistry already, like as friends. And then I think Bob was already like digging my music, and I know especially he loves Where the Light Ends. He was even gonna remix it.
Oh really?
It never happened. I sent him all the stems and everything. He never did it. So Bob,
he can still do it.
Bob, if you're watching,
yeah. And
dude,
the deal was that he remixes Where the Light Ends, and I was gonna remix one of his songs. And
which one would you choose?
I think I picked. I can't remember the name anymore. Something with Frozen or EVP.
Frozen Moon? Or not?
EVP maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Okay.
There was this one song.
An older track.
Yeah, older one. But yeah, then we just had a good chemistry, and we talked about like it would be fun to try to combine our sounds. And I think it was in 2018 when we got in a studio together and we did Electronic Symphony. I think we were in my studio first, and that's when I did that vocal melody thing. I think we both found like this like chord progression, like a vibe break thing that we both liked, and then like it was a bit of like on a pause for a while, and then I tried it again, and I made that vocal melody on top of it, and then I FaceTimed Bob and showed it to him, and then he was like, "Okay, this is really cool." And then he was like, "What if you try in between the vocal lead notes that you add like the
okay."
So that was like his like idea to put that in between, and that worked really well. And then we got in his studio and kind of finished the song, I think, in 1 or 2 weeks. And then I premiered it at the Project One party in the Ziggo Dome. Again, where I played on my birthday again.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa,
crazy.
that's also a full circle moment.
It was pretty cool. So it was like repeating history and singing Happy Birthday again in the Ziggo Dome. I don't think it was not Project One playing right after me, but it was still crazy cool night. And that
fun.
song I think it surprised us like how well it went.
Yeah,
because we both loved it, but we didn't expect it to be like that special.
Yeah,
because it's like an instrumental song, and
but your styles mesh so well, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people hear that.
Yeah.
So that was in 2019. You released Electronic Symphony, and then right in the middle of the pandemic, you released your second collab with Bob.
Yeah.
Above Heaven.
Yes. Beautiful.
Is this you singing?
No, it's Bob.
And does this track have any special significance to the pandemic or that period? Or
I think I have to remember. I think we made it before the pandemic started.
Did you play it before the pandemic? Also,
no, I don't think so. I think that we premiered it at I don't know if you remember the Connect thing Q-Dance had, like the radio show thing.
Yeah.
That's when we premiered it.
Ah, okay.
Because that was like the only place you could
premiere new stuff.
And Bob's coffee clubs, right?
Yeah.
Yes, true. Oh yeah, that was special. It was fun, but I think we actually had the idea of at first we wanted to have it for the DEF CON End show.
Yeah,
that was the first idea, but you can hear the drop. It's very cool.
Typically,
it's a real Bob.
Typically Bfront, yeah. Is there anything else in the works with Bob right now?
Not right now, but we have talked about it. We don't have any song right now, but we've talked about it for quite a while. But he's been very busy, also like newly dad and everything.
Yeah.
So he's really busy.
And the whole future noise thing.
Yeah.
The
it's-
album and
It's definitely
face.
happening because we talked about it and we kind of had this idea. I think since Above Heaven that the plan was to have this like trilogy, like 3 songs in the same style.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think the 3 songs we did, they all sound kind of similar.
Yeah.
They have the same formula, same vibe.
Yeah, and the third was Eternal for the DEF CON 2024 end show.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, we were standing there. We're looking at each other. Adrenalize B-front. Here we go.
Yeah.
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 But
it was
which
really
is-
clear.
which was a good thing. At least that is also kind of the magic of the end show of DEF CON is trying to guess who made the track. Of course.
True. Yeah. I also do that when I'm watching the end show. If we're standing around colleagues, all of us, and everybody's like looking at each other like,
Yeah.
you made that? You made that?
Who's the most
And then-
happy?
And then someone is like, that's me.
Nice.
During the pandemic, you kept the momentum going with Wide Awake, with the Lady Hear Me Tonight remix, Epic Sax song. How was the period for you? Was it difficult to
Yes.
be in the pandemic?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I think for everyone, it sucked ass big time. But yeah, it's tough, especially as a DJ when it's like your job is to go out and be around people.
perform.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get people together,
Yeah, and
and that
like-
was not allowed.
no. And of course, I think the first couple of weeks, I really enjoyed it. It was very nice. I was just in the studio, gaming, chilling, relaxing, and then after 2 months, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is starting to get a little depressing. And then, yeah, I lost my all my creativity and inspiration because it's when you don't have a reason really to like promote the music or put it out, and because a lot of artists they plan songs for like a moment mixed with an event or something. For example, if you play at the DEF CON main stage, then
You see the same now with DEF CON being cancelled, that a lot of artists, had new tracks and now they're like,
Yeah.
what am I going to do?
it's the place where you just want to showcase like all your best things, and that was also the thing in Corona. And I think there were some artists that really like made it really well during that period. For example, I think Vertal, he fucking pumped through.
Yeah. Deep Block Estefan.
Deep Block Estefan. I also think Wild Styles did a lot of really cool tunes in that period.
But you did also a lot.
Yeah, I don't know about...
You made my favorite Adrenalize track during the pandemic. I
Yeah?
think you made it, or maybe before, but
Is it this one?
Ah, yeah.
because this wasn't the new Adrenalize sound for me. This
Yeah.
was the vocal chop thing.
Mm-hmm.
And after that,
Yes,
you had
but
Easy, Don't Give
the-
Up, Hold On, Tidal Waves, all the same style.
Yeah.
But you're kind of getting into your vibe thing here right now. The 80s kind of sound. The breaks are really fun to listen to. They're kind of happy with this percussion thing going on and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think especially this song was like heavily inspired by The Weeknd. Because
Yes,
that was
and now you say it, then I recognize it.
because that was when he really like pumped through with like that 80s sound.
Yeah.
And it became so popular. And then of course, because I was such a big fan, I was obsessed with that music and listened to it all the time. And then I thought, why not try to make like a song like that, but then in my jacket?
Yeah.
And that's how Astronauts...
Yeah, because we're talking about Adrenalize featuring Adrian Lewis. Here he is again, Astronauts. Really great track.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Going from my favorite to, I think, one of your favorites.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Because,
We're gonna go straight into the next track.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Why is this one of your favorites? Well, we're talking about Adrenalize and Demi Cannon Silhouette.
Yeah.
Also 2021, so
It has kind of to do with the vocals. Of course, here the vocals as well. But her singing "push and pull the light." I don't know what that does to me, but that kind of sentence just sounds so cool.
Okay.
That you push and pull the light.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Such a small detail.
Yeah, but that kind of
that pulls you.
Yeah, that pulls me into the track, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could say thank you, but I didn't come up with the lyric, so it's all credits to her.
Here we go. Louder.
Fill me up with fire. Our hearts will beat as one as we escape into the night. Like the rising tide, we push and pull the light.
Wow.
Our hearts will beat as one as we escape.
Yeah, and then just the whole melody part and everything is just amazing.
Really great track.
Yeah, I just think your two styles, Demi Cannon and you, just combine so good together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Demi is such a good producer as well. He's so good at making breaks and like the vibe and really like floaty, dreamy.
Yeah.
So good at making melodies too. I think even this song, I was like in the kitchen making dinner for me and him, and he was in the studio, and he was making the melody while I was cooking. So I came in, I was like hearing something in the background. That sounds pretty cool. What's that? Show me. And he was making that melody while I was making dinner.
Here's the drop.
Escape into the night.
I think you and Demi are the true kings of the melodies nowadays. Isn't it time for a new track with Demi Cannon?
For sure. We're definitely not done working together. I love Demi. He's a great guy, and yeah, it has to happen for sure. We're gonna do it.
Okay. In 2022, I think we're there now. You celebrated 10 years of Adrenalize at Pakhuis Tilburg.
Yeah.
Does that mean we'll be celebrating 15 years of Adrenalize next year?
Oh, that's next year. Shit. Possibly. Maybe, yeah, because I forgot. So maybe I should start planning.
Would be nice, right?
Yeah, no, that's not a bad idea.
I think Pakhuis is closed, or is it still there?
I don't know, but there's the other venue in Tilburg that I really like.
Yeah,
where
Galactics,
we were at Galactics. Yeah.
That's a nice one. I like that venue.
What's it called again?
Yeah,
Backyard.
Backyard.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's a really nice venue. Yeah,
Yeah.
Also up and close. You're
Yeah.
boiler
with
room.
the boiler room. Yeah,
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah.
Mhm.
In 2024, a new track featuring B-Front, dus So Eternal, was featured in the End Show. Was that your first time in the End Show? With a track of yours?
Yes, it was.
And how did that feel?
It was also like one of those really unforgettable moments, and yeah, because me and Bob, we already like when we started this song, there was the whole plan to like we have to get this in the Defcon End Show. We're gonna build it around something that would fit for the End Show, and so we already had contact with Q-Dance about this song. We sent them like some of the earlier demos, and they already loved it from the beginning, and they had some feedback and stuff like that, and then. I think it was around. I just had a meeting with Dirty Workz where I signed the contract with Dirty Workz, like at their office, and then on the way home, I got a call from Q-Dance where they like video called both me and Bob, and they were like, "Yeah, we picked your song in the End Show."
Nice.
So it was a great day.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But having two big things coming
Yeah. It was
your way, and then two good things, of course.
Yeah, it was fantastic. And you know, I was up there at the deck with Bob. We're like hugging each other and watching the End Show was a very special moment.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I can imagine. You already told a bit. You changed from Scantraxx to Dirty Workz 2 years ago. Why did you change?
I think you know, I've just always had a really good relationship with Dirty Workz guys. Scantraxx too, of course. They've done so much for my career, and I'm forever grateful for that. But I think sometimes you just need a bit of a change of scenery, and I felt more maybe felt more like compatible or like fitting with how Dirty Workz are doing things with their sound, and they're like having this really international for example, they do
Ultra Miami,
and like all the artists on the label, they're also like from different countries all over the world, and
more international.
Yeah, and I've always been good friends with them since maybe like for 8 years, even before I signed at Dirty Workz. We always had good conversations, and they always kind of tried to maybe you should join us at some point. I was like,
as a joke, and now
but they're a fantastic team, and I'm really, really happy that I did it, because they're great.
But now, important question: did you play Ultra Miami?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
yeah, I did twice. Hey, actually, technically not, because
why?
Both times it started raining like fucking crazy.
Oh, really?
My set got cancelled twice.
Oh my God! Wow.
Well, the first time there was like a big like rainstorm, so they
that's
had
typically Florida, right?
Yeah, but also apparently typical me, because it happened twice. But then the first time it happened, and then they had to postpone the time to open the festival a couple of hours. So I had to end up. It was not a bad thing. We had a lot of fun. I ended up playing with Soundrush. That was super nice.
Oh, cool.
And then the year after, I played for 10 minutes, and then it started pouring down, and then they had to close the festival.
Wow.
Ooh.
But I still had a great time.
Maybe next year.
Yeah. Well, I don't have a visa right now, so.
In Dutch, we have a saying that says the third time is the best time.
Yeah. So,
3 keer scheepsrecht.
Yeah.
Yes.
3 times ships rest.
Yeah.
We'll see. I hope so.
Okay. You kept pushing your sound forward, releasing remixes like the Stars remix, I really like, and the one you made for Showtech, and you had a collab with them. And then you decided to make an album.
Yes.
Why?
Just a small one.
Because I think it brings a lot of pressure.
Yeah, definitely did. But it's something that I've always kind of dreamt of. Also, I think also in the like the album package, like inside the vinyl or the CD, there's also like some text that I wrote. And one of the things that I mentioned was that, it's always been like a dream for me to like have an album. Like even when I was like 14, 15, I used to make like imaginary album titles and like track lists, because I really wanted to do an album, but I never like had the balls or the confidence to do it. And I'm a super picky guy, and like just the thought of like having to make 12 songs in a shorter time and keeping all that for one album is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And then I had the idea, especially like the title or the name Vibes was an idea I had for a longer time, because I love the word, and I've also been called Mr. Vibes by others for a while.
Especially with the sound that you created with the 80s
yeah,
vibes and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then I think I started maybe 8 months before it came out. So
that's a short time also.
Yeah. And like I said earlier, I was playing a lot of World of Warcraft. So what do I put my priority?
Dual screen World of Warcraft and your project on the other one.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on then to the best track of 2025.
I don't know where I should start. I think here.
This track, man. How did this start?
I think it started with this vocal that we received, me and Ralph. I think we both like received the same like folder link with the same top lines, and we were both like already talking about like doing a collab. And then we both heard this one, and we instantly text each other, "Did you hear that? Fuck, man, that's so sick!" And then we instantly told Dirty Workz, "We want this. I don't care how much we have to pay, but we want this." But yeah.
And then this came out of it.
Yeah.
I can imagine, because this vocal is so unique and goes in the height and
Yeah, and I don't know, it has this kind of like lovely like pop vibe, and also I don't know, maybe it also makes
poppy
me,
powerful.
yeah, it also makes me think maybe a little bit of like some Eurovision or something in some way. But yeah, I just love those kind of top lines where it's like a little bit different than the standard, you know,
Yeah.
hardstyle vocal.
yeah.
Yeah, and a big bromance came out of it with Rolf.
With
right?
Rolf, with Galactics.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
fun.
we'll definitely also do more in the future, I'm sure.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite track on the album?
Missing Me is my favorite.
Oh, that's also a nice bridge.
Yeah.
Because it's also Thomas' favorite. That's right.
Yeah.
Why is this your favorite, Thomas?
Well, also for me, I think.
For you.
For you, sorry.
Oh yeah, that's
also a really good one.
Yeah.
This one is just a melody. It's, I don't know, it's so easy.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, it's so
I
simple,
like the pop.
but it's so powerful.
That's the
Yeah.
same by For You.
Yeah, exactly.
Really easy, but such a powerful melody.
Yeah.
I'm so used to the mashup vocal version instead of this now.
So it's strange to hear the original. Yeah. Great album vibes.
It's this also this small detail with usually you do like a sort of small kick roll on the 8th bar, but here's already one on the 4th bar as well. That's some real small detail that I really like. Kind of.
Yeah, maybe
This is geeky thing, but
no, but maybe I just do that without noticing.
yeah, of course. That's just your creative process. You're like, okay, then maybe the melody goes quiet, and you're like, okay, let's fill it up with a little kick roll.
Yeah. Just some points you just gotta have some kick roll. Yeah,
Kick rolletje.
You once said that there should have been a new track with Atmozfears on the album.
Yes.
What's the
yes.
status about that? Because I think the last one is Fire.
It's not going to be
Let's
on
collab?
the album now.
No, there was also supposed to be another Adrian Lewis collab on the Vibes album that I never finished.
Saw the light.
Huh?
That never saw the light.
No. It's still. I think I'll still at some point finish that because it's still very good. But yeah, the one with Atmozfears, I think we both liked the song idea we had, but was not it. You know.
Okay.
So we still talk about it sometimes, and I think we have like 2 other as well that we're working on. So
Already too much.
yeah, I'm always me and Tim, we always have something that we're working on together. It's like since we know each other for 15 years.
And do you usually go to Tim, or does Tim go to you, or do you do it online?
I usually go to him. So sometimes I also like make something at home and then show it to him, and he's like, "Oh, this is cool," and then I go to his studio and then.
Yeah, because he's more. We heard that you're kind of more of a daylight producer, and he's more of a dark night. Total darkness.
When
producer.
I show up at his house at 1 p.m., he's like still.
He's still waking up.
Where's my coffee?
Yeah. This year you were scheduled to perform at least twice at DEF CON. A big UV performance on a nice time, and back-to-back at Active Rage, which you could play luckily.
Yeah.
How was that, and how was the DEF CON experience of this year?
I mean, the time we had there was fantastic, and I think I don't know, maybe it's easy to say now because it got cancelled, but I really believe that this DEF CON had something really special. Like you could just feel it in the air when you got there.
Yeah,
and also the excitement beforehand, and yeah, I don't know. Like I just feel like DEF CON just keeps getting better and better and better every year. Even though like how is that possible? But it just does. Yeah. And you know the set I did with Active Rage was also super fun.
Yeah.
I mean, normally I think I've only tried playing silent disco once or twice before some years ago, and
Was it difficult because you don't have the monitor speakers?
Yeah, it's a little difficult, but it you know you make it work, and even if there's like some tiny mistakes, like who cares?
Yeah.
It's like people wearing headphones or they're talking to each other anyway.
Yes, of course.
But
Well, we usually hear everything that even better when they're.
That's the
making
fun
this game.
part.
Oh,
That's the fun part.
But that also makes it very real. That and then we both also like on the microphone saying a lot of bullshit.
That's the most fun part about a silent disco, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, but also because me and Shaq, we're also friends, and he's a big euphoric lover.
Yeah.
He's often, almost every time showing up at my sets, he's in the crowd. And we actually, I had the idea of us playing back to back 2 years ago at DEF CON. And then I couldn't do it because I had another show, the Tinderbox in Denmark.
Yeah.
And then they did Active Rage and Wasted Penguinz instead.
Okay.
So the first one actually was kind of planned you and and Active Rage,
fun.
but okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because we noticed that now they did Wasted Penguinz and then they
No, it was
did one with
the
you
booking
now.
was actually already
okay.
it was already confirmed with me and Active Rage in that year, but because I got the show in Denmark and I asked like Q-Dance, like, I'm so sorry, but can I please do this one because it's very special to me,
Yeah.
And I also asked Shaq, and he was also okay with it, and then they could do with Pontus.
In my
instead.
opinion, it should be like a running gag thing that Active Rage goes
it
to
was
the
so fun.
Also Damie Cannon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like an
last year
uber
we
euphoric.
had Damie Cannon and Invector or something.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know the surprise. Duos.
But then with Damie Cannon and Vector, Damie Cannon also went kind of hard.
Yeah.
But I like it when they actually do like Active Rage and you and Active Rage Wasted Penguinz, that you actually just play your own tracks.
Yeah.
and some mashups. I think
Mashups.
you made them with
Yeah.
the Active Rage vocals.
Yeah, Shaq, he thought it would be funny if we could just put like Electronic Symphony or All the Memories and put his like capital.
Capital.
At first I was like, I don't know, maybe that's a bit weird. And he was like, trust me,
It was fun.
It will
Yeah.
work. And
Yeah.
then it fucking worked.
Yeah.
So,
It does work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we've actually covered your entire career so far.
Yeah.
Let's also take a look ahead in the future, because what's coming? What's the next big thing for Adrenalize after Vibes and some classic sets? And
Well, I think right now my plan is to continue with doing my, I think very much in the style or theme of Vibes.
Yep.
But maybe just making it even more mature in some way. And I already have a lot of ideas and demos and things that I'm working on that fits like it feels so sounds a bit like a Vibes 2.0 kind of like a bit of an upgrade. And yeah, because I just love that style so much, and like melodies will always be my favorite, so I'm never gonna change that.
Are you open to do another album or something?
Yeah, for sure. But I think it will take some time
Yeah, of
before
course.
I want to do that, at least as solo. But I'm working a lot with Code Black right now. We have, I think, right now maybe like 8 or 10 collabs we're working on.
Oh wow.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
there's
But
also
like something special for a live act or an album or
yeah. Well, maybe that's
15 years Adrenalize.
yeah. Well, it's me and Corey. We worked a lot this year and also a bit last year, and we'll see what happens next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Exciting.
Yeah.
You also brought some exclusive tracks for us
Oh yeah.
to
Yeah.
show the people.
They just appeared in the Dropbox link under.
Yeah, they
How
did.
the hell?
They did. Maybe let's start with the collab with Aversion.
Yeah.
Gotta
sure.
Stay, Aversion and Adrenalize,
Sure.
because it's just a really rough mid intro.
Yeah.
The first time we could have heard this one was on Rebirth.
Yes. The version said goes off live. And even harder harder kick.
Yeah. This is the aversion
Yeah.
part, right?
Yeah. Then it goes into the more silky smooth Adrenalize vibes.
Yeah, but I think it can work in your sets, like to break.
It does.
Break
I
things a bit.
really enjoy playing this also because it's not even released yet, and I noticed like especially in the mid intro part, it gets like people like screaming almost.
Oh yeah. The whoa.
Yeah.
And here's the vibes thing.
So aversion is also in for some melodic stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely. We already talked about like we have to do more songs because it was really like easy to work on this song with him, and yeah, he also loves melodic stuff, and I like his sound a lot, and he's such a great guy, so it's easy to work together. So
Easy.
we're definitely gonna do more.
A lot of collabs to work on after this podcast.
Too many.
Yeah, also here that's kind of a running gag here in the podcast, but this melody has this pause in it, and that's always
I
I feel
think
that.
that's a positive thing.
Yeah, that's a positive
Oh, you
thing.
mean like the gaps in the
yeah. And then
Gang,
only just
gang,
the kick
gang,
and just the reverb from the melody just keep going, of course.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
I kind of like that because it gets filled up with something else or something. It just
Yeah.
breaks the melody a little bit.
Yeah, then it lets it breathe a little.
Yeah.
You also brought an ID. I know what you did.
Oh,
and,
yeah. Yeah, you guys asked me to like just bring something, and I didn't want to bring my A tracks. Let me say that because those I want to save for when they're actually
of course.
getting put out and stuff. This one is a demo I did a couple of months ago, and I'm still not sure if I think it's or actually has something. Maybe you guys can
maybe
be honest with me.
Yeah.
And also the people watching and listening.
Okay.
We've not heard this one before.
Oh shit.
So
Let's see.
And you've never played this one before?
No, never.
Don't know what you keep running from. I know what you did, what you done. Don't know what you keep running from.
I really like this part that's coming now. So good.
Oh yeah. Really curious.
Yeah. We still have to talk a little bit over it, right?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
it's,
I really like this one, but
Yeah.
I think we are now having a podcast, I think 1.5 hours, and I hear from you that the more happy melodies, that you don't like it anymore, that's not your taste anymore. And I think this is also maybe the thing with this track.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
also
really like this track
Okay.
because of
Yeah.
the happy, uplifting melody. And I think to break your set a bit or to have a little diversity in your set, this can very work.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think when I made this, it reminded me a little bit of, the track I did long ago, Find You.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It has a bit like that same happy, like very fast pace kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. I think with the right like work and time spent on it, it could be something.
Okay. Well, let us know or
Yes.
let Adrenalize know if you want it
Please.
to be released.
Or if it's shit, you can also tell me. I can take it. I'm a grown-ass man. Almost. Sometimes.
And you also brought 2 remixes. Which one do you want to showcase?
Let's do the Gorillaz one first.
Gorillaz is a band, right?
Yeah. I think most people, at least our age, they know this original song.
If they hear that, they know.
Yeah.
Your stride, it is taking voting down. Love forever, love is free.
But this one was made more as like a live tool thing, just to play in my sets.
Oh, yeah. And an EDC or whatever.
Yeah, just not Tomorrowland.
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
You know, it's pretty straightforward. But
Yeah, something recognizable for
exactly.
people that don't really know what hardstyle is per se.
Exactly.
But yeah, something recognizable.
Yeah, these things it's good to have in the sets for.
Yeah.
And also, I always loved the original. So.
Well, I think most powerful thing is, of course, with Vroeger was alles beter, is that people recognize songs and
Mhm.
they have memories. And some people recognize this song, and then that could
Yeah.
work.
True.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah, I just love this sound, these kicks combined with these synths, and it's so. I think once I'm not a producer, but once you figure that out, I think that's a lot of work. But now you have this, you can make like every song into an Adrenalize instant
True.
classics.
True.
And that's so cool.
I think these synths are the exact same ones as I used in Missing Me. I just
Oh yeah.
took the effects chain
And then
all
now
the
you say it,
presets.
I can kind of hear it.
Yeah.
But in Missing Me, the melody stops as
Yeah.
well. But in this
Yeah,
one just
I
keeps
still have to
going.
adjust a lot of things because whenever you do a melody that has like a different rhythm or like you said with the gaps, then you have to change a lot of like reverbs and delays or whatever. Yeah.
One more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next one is the Yeet. Come and Go. It's like this pop, rap hip hop song,
Okay.
like American, very auto-tuned vocal that I really liked, and I just thought, why not?
I have no idea. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard it first at Tweaker TV, I think.
Yeah, I played it there.
Show face, some way, just stay.
T-Pain.
Show me how you think for now.
And I wrote down, go up, hop out in the city.
Pop out in the city.
Oh yeah.
I need you like now. I need you to pull up, give me face right now. I'm out in the city, show face, some way. I'm out in the city. Okay, that thing, it made me go up, go down. Fuck it.
And now you got like the typical Adrenalize vocal lead coming up.
Let's go.
I'm out in the city.
What do you think?
It kind of sounds messy, but
Yeah,
kind
I
of
know what
fun
you
as
mean.
well.
Yeah. It was also just something just for the fun of it.
It came
Yeah.
up and
Yeah.
of course.
I told you, I need you like now. I need you to pull up, give me face right now. I'm out in the city, so face, so way. I'm out in the city, okay.
Lekker.
Yeah, what I said, it's kind of busy and kind of messy is what I mean, but
Yeah.
maybe the with the kick with it kind of gives it more structure, I guess.
Yeah, also because when the kick is pumping, there's also like a lot of sidechain on the synths, so then you don't have all the extra little like distortion from the synth.
You said the word sidechain and Brandon already zoned out, but
It's like when no, never mind.
Okay. We always have one last question.
Okay.
well, maybe more, but this is not like the total end of it already. But Malthe, do you still have dreams?
Sigh.
Yeah, for sure I do. I definitely do. I think this is a dream that I've had for as long as I can remember since, doing this. I always wanted to have like a Adrenalize stadium show, like Adrenalize show,
Okay.
where it's like where people buy a ticket to see Adrenalize.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
So it's not like that I'm part of like a
No.
big lineup,
But it could be then 15 years Adrenalize, but then big.
big, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course,
Like
I would-
Ava's Life. Is that big enough?
Of course,
for
I
this
would
dream?
love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would definitely do it. That's definitely one thing, and the very typical answer would be like Defcon Anthem or something. But I think that dream is maybe something that I had maybe more in the past. Of course, if I had the chance,
If
I'd
Cute
love
and
to.
Skulls, yeah.
I'd love to, but I think maybe I'd also be very scared with all the pressure of doing a Defcon Anthem. 'Cause people can be pretty rough and
yeah,
Yep.
on the Defcon Anthem.
yeah, it's every year the same. People always have a lot
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
And I get it. People are so
It's of course also a really big thing. So that's
Yeah.
why people have.
people they care so deeply about
Yeah.
the Defcon Anthem,
Yeah.
so they want it to be so special. But of course, you can't please anyone always, or everyone. I mean, but
But then still, even what I had this with the Disturb Anthem as well. It didn't really catch on to me from the beginning,
Yeah.
but it started growing on me.
Mhm.
So that's also people really react out of emotion, like "Wah! I don't like this," and then they don't really even listen to it
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they don't really feel it like immediately.
They compare it to anthems
Yeah.
they've been hearing for 10, 15 years.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
I think I also had. It was it last year? Vertel had.
Yep.
Yeah, last year, because that one took me also a while to like fully understand until I was watching the end show, and I saw it and heard it in the end show. Then I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I get it. Now
Yeah.
I get it. Like, this is
Yes.
fucking cool song.
So it's for some reason, maybe also Q-Dance, of course, they hear something or they make something that other people do not even hear or even understand. That's
Yeah.
how high up that those anthems are even.
They know what they're doing, and
Yeah.
it's sometimes a Defcon anthem needs to be like not only heard but also seen and like
Yeah.
felt, and like with a show and
Of course.
Defcon main stage, and
the
then everything
gathering
just-
opening with
Yeah.
that track and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, then it's hard not to like it when you have that many people shouting and screaming the melody, and
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And people will scream and shout them out.
Always.
yeah.
Thanks, Malthe, for
welcome.
going through this with us.
Yeah, thanks
we have
for
a little
having me.
present for you.
Oh no, wow. What is it? Is it a white wine?
You could drink white wine out of it, but are you a coffee enjoyer?
I actually
Or
don't
tea?
drink coffee, but
Okay.
Tea?
I can drink other things in this. Tea, sure.
Or other people can.
Can I open it?
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
It's yours.
You give this to everyone?
Yeah,
Or am I the special
only
one?
only our guests.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
This is going very well. The suspense is real. Just cut this part. That's beautiful. Thank you guys very much.
thank
No,
you.
thank you.
And
for
thanks
your
for having
time
me.
and,
I'm
yeah.
gonna drink some not white wine. from
Sauvignon
this.
Blanc.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanna ask one more thing, Malthe. You started at a very young age, and then there are some very young people in the scene right now,
Mhm.
and also maybe older people that are, or well, younger people, or a little bit older than the youngest people.
Yeah, yeah.
What could you give them, kind of advice? Coming into this scene.
I think the most important thing, and also what I've learned over all these years, is the best thing you can do is like be yourself. And it sounds so cliche and cheesy, but like be yourself, stand out. Don't try to be the next Warface. Don't try to be the next Adrenalize. Be yourself, because like it's not gonna. Maybe it will get you a little bit, but it would not make you like the next in line of like legends, or I think a lot of people they do that when they enter the scene. They hear something that really inspires them, and then they just try to copy it. And
You could start with that by
for
learning.
Yeah, of course, it's a really good way to learn. But
Yeah.
I would say then just really try to like find your own sound, because that's gonna get you the furthest.
Yep.
And
And did you learn this like 10 years ago, or did you learn this by
I think
finding this new sound with the vocal chop and
I think it's a mix of all the years, like, because in the beginning when I first did my very first songs as a 15-year-old and whatever, back then I didn't think about any of these things.
No.
I just made music, didn't think about marketing, labels, YouTube, social media, nothing.
No,
I just had fun in the bedroom.
you did
making
not
music.
really have to do that back in the day.
No, also not at all. But and then later on, I realized, then I made some songs and things where I was like, maybe doing it for the wrong reasons or trying to fit in, or like maybe this is gonna sell better or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I think especially when I did the Vibes album, that's when I really like it got into my head, like for real this time. Now I know I'm not gonna like try to please others anymore.
yeah,
And
just make what you feel.
yes, and because that's been rewarding me the most.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a nice closer, right?
Yeah. Really.
yeah.
This was Hardstyle Gekkenhuis, and this time it was an extra episode with Adrenalize. We'll be back next week with a new episode in Dutch again. If you don't want to miss a thing, make sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. And we'd really appreciate if you left a review and follow Adrenalize on Instagram. TikTok,
Thank you. I need it.
MySpace, Spotify.
MySpace, Vine.
Yeah. World of Warcraft. What's your gamer? What realm you're playing?
That's also one dream, to hit level 70 with a.
Thanks again, and to everyone listening or watching. Thanks, and see you next week.
Yes.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye bye.
Dit was Hardstyle Gekkenhuis.
Hardstyle Gekkenhuis.
Wil je niks missen? Volg ons op je favoriete podcastplatform of Instagram. Tot over 2 weken. Hardstyle Gekkenhuis.